The final strike Go Battle Week is almost here in Pokemon Go, and it finally brings Urshifu into the game. And by the end of this video, you'll know everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you make the most of it. So the event runs from May 21st at 10 AM until the 27th at 8 PM local time. But what exactly does this event have to offer? Well, finally, we will be able to evolve our Kubfoo into either of the two forms of Urshifu. To evolve Kubfoo, you do have to make it your buddy and defeat 30 Dark-type Pokemon in raids or max battles to evolve it into the single strike form of Urshifu, or defeat 30 Water-type Pokemon to evolve into the Rapid Strike form. Worth noting that Kubfoo itself doesn't have to do the battling, it just needs to be set as your buddy. And I will be going through which of the two forms are better later on in the video, and as it does cost 200 candy to evolve Kubfoo into Urshifu, I will be going through all of the ways you can get Kubfoo candy. And speaking of Kubfoo candy, the next part of the seasonal special research will unlock at the start of this event, and from it you will be able to earn mysterious components, encounters with event themed Pokemon like Charcadet with a special background, and you'll get some Kubfoo candy. Not only this, but there will be a free timed research available that will get you rare candy, Kubfoo candy, and encounters with event themed Pokemon with special backgrounds, including Meditite, Stunky, and Marini. And not only are these some decent rewards for a free timed research, but you will also want to complete this timed research as quickly as possible, because there is a hidden bonus you get from completing it. So generally the event bonuses will be 2 times XP for winning raid battles, and you'll have an increased chance to encounter shiny Meditite, shiny Stunky, and shiny Marini. But upon completing that free timed research, you will be granted a bonus that gets you 1 extra raid pass per day. So it's definitely well worth focusing getting this free timed research done as fast as you can so you can get this extra raid pass each day. And being a Go Battle Week, you will also get the standard Go Battle Week event bonuses from May 21st at 12 AM until the 27th at 11:59 PM local time. You'll get 4 times Stardust from win rewards, you'll be able to do up to 100 battles per day, you'll get a free battle themed timed research rewarding an avatar hat inspired by Mustard, and the Pokemon encountered from Go Battle League win rewards will have no IV floor. But which Pokemon will actually be featuring during this event? So in the wild, you will be able to encounter Mankey, Seal, Galarian Zigzagoon, Meditite, Froakie, and rarely Dino and Nickit. For the raids, in 1-star raids will be Carvanha, Stunky, and Marini. In 3-star raids will be Lapras, Hisuian Samurott, and Bombardier. In 5-star raids will be the Lake Trio up until the 25th at 10 AM. Then Tapu Bulu with legacy move Nature's Madness will be taking over. In Mega raids will be Mega Gyarados up until the 25th at 10 AM, where Mega Altaria will then take over. In 5-star Shadow raids will be Shadow Regirock on Saturdays and Sundays only. And in max battles will be Max Squirtle, Krabby, Sableye, and Baldin. And then on the 26th at 6 AM, Max Ghastly, Pidove, Rookidee, and Phalanx will take over. There will also be event themed field research to get you encounters with event themed Pokemon. Not only this, but you will be able to evolve some of the featured Pokemon to get legacy moves during the event as well. You can evolve Mankey into Primeape to get Rage Fist, evolving Seal into Dugong will get Ice Shard, evolving Zweilous into Hydreigon will get Brutal Swing, and evolving Frogadier into Greninja will give Hydro Cannon. But all Lapras encountered in raids or in field research will know the charged attack Ice Beam. And more on which of these legacy moves you do want to focus on later on in this video. There are also a couple of paid tickets available during this event. So for $2 you can get 2 premium battle passes, 4 lucky eggs, 1 max particle pack, and encounters with Meditite, Stunky, and Marini. And for $8 you can get a special research that will get you 1 incense, 2 premium battle passes, 1 star piece, encounters with season themed Pokemon, and another encounter with Dynamax Kubfoo. Worth noting though that this paid special research has actually been available before during the Powerful Potential event, so if you did purchase it back then, you won't be able to purchase it again. This means the total amount of Kubfoo you can get will still be 2. You can also pick up this ticket for the same price on the web store, but you will also get 3 bonus rare candies and 3 bonus max revives. There will also be Pokestop showcases to look out for during the event, and there'll be new Urshifu Rapid Strike and Single Strike avatar poses available in the in-game shop. Now there are some pretty strong Pokemon available during this event, but which are most worth focusing on? So for the wild encounters we do have Mankey, and Primeape is ranked 22 in the Great League with 1 15-15 IVs, and it's ranked 13 in the Ultra League with 7 15-15 IVs. And to be at its best, it does want legacy move Rage Fist that you can get via evolution during this event. And whilst not ranked quite as high, Primeape's evolution Annihilape is ranked 81 in the Great League with 2 15-15, and it's ranked 38 in the Ultra League with 0 15-15 IVs. And Annihilape also has relevance in the Master League where it's ranked 42. And as a shadow, Annihilape is also a decent fighting type attacker, being the 16th best with counter and close combat. Seal will also be available, and its evolution Dugong is ranked 108 in the Great League with 0 12-15 IVs. Galarian Zigzagoon doesn't have much meta relevance, but it is a perma boosted shiny, so if you haven't got the shiny yet, then it could be worth shiny checking these. Meditite will also be spawning, and its evolution Medicham is ranked 61 in the Great League with 5 15-15 IVs, and Meditite is also shiny boosted for this event. For Froakie, Stunky, its evolution Greninja is ranked 93 in the Great League with 315-12 IVs, and in the Ultra League it's ranked 124 with 0-13-14 IVs. Not only that, but Greninja is also a decent water type raid attacker, where it is the 17th best with Water Shuriken and legacy move Hydro Cannon. And speaking of Hydro Cannon, you can get it through evolution during this event, so I would highly recommend evolving for that. Dino is a rare spawn, and Zweilous sees some play in the Great League where it's ranked 141 with 0-15-15 IVs. And Hydreigon is ranked 78 in the Master League, and it's one of the best dark type attackers in the game, being the 7th best with bite and legacy move Brutal Swing, which again it can get through evolution during this event, so I would highly recommend evolving for it. And lastly for Nickit, which is also a rare spawn, its evolution Thievul is ranked 86 in the Great League with 0-15-11 IVs. And for the raids we have Carvanha, which isn't currently meta relevant, but Sharpedo does have a mega evolution coming at some point in the future, so worth bearing that in mind. For Stunky, Skuntank is ranked 73 in the Ultra League with 3-15-14 IVs, and it's even better as a shadow. Stunky itself will also be shiny boosted for this event, so it's a good time to hunt it. Likewise, Marini's evolution Toxapex also has relevance in Go Battle League, but in the Great League, where it is ranked 33 with 0-15-15 IVs. And again, this Pokemon will have a boosted shiny rate for this event. For the 3-star raids, Lapras will be the best to raid in terms of meta relevance, because it is ranked 6 in the Great League with 0-10-14 IVs, and it's ranked even higher at number 3 in the Ultra League with 0-15-15. So a very strong Pokemon to Go Battle League currently, and it does want legacy move Ice Beam to be at its best, which luckily it will have when caught from raids and field research during this event. And Bombardier does see play in the Ultra League where it's ranked 35 with 0-15-14 IVs. It is worth noting though that for raid caught Pokemon, they do have a 10-10-10 IV floor, so getting these PvP IV spreads is more difficult because you would need to mirror trade with a low friendship level friend to reroll the IVs to get close to perfect PvP IVs. So it might be worth waiting till some of these Pokemon are in the wild, where it is a little bit easier to get lower attack. For the 5-star raids, unfortunately the Lake Trio don't have any meta relevance, but if you need them for the decks or if you're shiny hunting them, then it is worth raiding them. And remember, you can remote raid whichever ones aren't in your region. And for Tapu Bulu, it is actually a pretty strong raid attacker. It's the 16th best grass type attacker with Bullet Seed and Grass Knot, and it's the 7th best fairy type attacker with Bullet Seed and legacy move Nature's Madness, which it will have when caught from these raids this time around. It has a raid CP of 49,035 and 100% IVs on 1953 and 2442 boosted in sunny and cloudy weather. It's a grass and fairy type, therefore it is weak to flying, steel, fire, ice, and has a double weakness to poison type attacks. So the best counters are Mega Beedrill, Mega Gengar, Mega Rayquaza, Naganadel, Nihilego, Shadow Toxicroak, Shadow Scolipede, Roserade, Shadow Victory Bell, and Duskmane Necrozma. And for budget counters which are generally easier to obtain and to power up, I would recommend Roserade, Overquill, Toxicroak, Scolipede, Gengar, and Victory Bell. For this raid, I would recommend 2+ trainers, and remember to party up to use party power if you can. Worth noting as well that whilst only a small chance, you can encounter Tapu Bulu from Go Battle League win rewards if you are ranked 20 or higher during the time it is in 5-star raids. And being a Go Battle Week, you can make a lot of progress to this rank 20 during this event. For the Mega Raids, Mega Gyarados is the 5th best water type attacker with Waterfall and Hydro Pump, and it's the 6th best dark type with Bite and Crunch. And Gyarados itself is ranked 40 in the Master League. And Mega Altaria doesn't have any particular meta relevance, however it can boost Fairy and Dragon types at the same time, so it will be worth having for those events that feature both of these types of Pokemon. Mega Altaria has a raid TP of 34,320, and the 100% IVs for Altaria are 1145 and 1432 boosted in windy weather. Mega Altaria is a Dragon and Fairy type, making it weak to Poison, Steel, Ice, and Fairy type attacks. The best counters are Duskmane Necrozma, Shadow Metagross, White Kyurem, Mega Gardevoir, Shadow Dialga, Shadow Excadrill, Mega Gengar, Metagross, Black Kyurem, and Mega Beedrill. And for budget counters, I would recommend Metagross, Excadrill, Galarian Darmanitan, Mamoswine, Roserade, and Overquill. And this raid can actually be soloed with the best counters at high levels, but I would recommend 2+ trainers to be safe. And it does take 300 Mega Energy to Mega Evolve an Altaria for the first time, so it will take a couple of raids to get this energy. However, once you've Mega Evolved it for the first time, you can then walk any of your Swablu or Altaria to get more Mega Energy. And for Shadow Regirock, it's ranked 50 in the Ultra League with 614-14 IVs, and it's ranked even higher at 42 in its non-Shadow form. And in the Master League, it's ranked 103 and 87 in its non-Shadow form. And briefly for the Max Battle Pokemon, Max Squirtle is a good target because even if you don't have access to G-Max Blastoise, the regular Max Blastoise is still a decent tank for many Max Battles, especially as it does have access to Water Gun and Bite. Max Krabby may also be worth it for the candy to power up G-Max Kingler if you have it. Max Kingler itself is also a decent water type attacker. Max Beldum is one of the best Pokemon for max battles at the moment. It is the best steel type attacker, and it's also a decent tank with its relatively high defense. And outside of max battles, Metagross is the 3rd best steel type attacker, and as a shadow it's the 2nd best steel type and the 10th best psychic type. Metagross does also have a mega coming at some point in the future, so worth bearing that in mind. Max Ghastly is a good target because Max Gengar is the best ghost type attacker outside of G-Max Gengar, and if you do have access to G-Max Gengar, it is one of the strongest attackers even if it's just doing neutral damage, so definitely worth getting candy for. For Max Rookidee, Max Corviknight has decent defense and HP, so it makes a good tank or healer depending on the situation. But Corviknight outside of max battles is even more relevant, where it is ranked 12 in the Great League with 0, 13, 14 IVs, and it's ranked 2nd best in the Ultra League with 0, 15, 15. Now, how about Urshifu? How good will it be in Pokemon Go? Well, as a raid attacker, Urshifu will be somewhere around the top 10 in terms of a fighting type attacker. And in Go Battle League, the single strike form may see some play in the Master League despite its double fairy weakness. The rapid strike form, however, doesn't seem like it'll be as viable. For this reason, I would recommend going for the single strike form as priority. And in max battles, they won't be as good as G-Max Machamp as fighting type attackers, but the single strike form will be the best dark type attacker currently for max battles. However, it is in their G-Max forms where these Pokemon really do shine, but these are unfortunately not available yet. But when they are, the single strike form will be the best dark type attacker, and the rapid strike form will be one of the best water type attackers. And taking into account their meta relevance in max battles, I would recommend going for the dark type Urshifu. And remember, if Max Super ever gets released into the game, you might be able to make your Dynamax Urshifu into a Gigantamax Urshifu. And as well as needing to beat 30 dark or water type Pokemon in raids or max battles while Kubfoo is your buddy, you will also need 200 candy for its evolution. So here are some ways to get that candy. Well, the seasonal research and the free timed research will get you some, and you can always use rare candies if you've got any, and also the following field research tasks will get you some Kubfoo candy as well. For the take a snapshot of Kubfoo task, that'll get you 3 candy. Win a trainer battle in Go Battle League will get you 3 candy. The winning a 5-star raid task will get you 5 candy, and the defeating 2 Team Go Rocket Grunts will reward you with 3 candy. And for whichever Pokemon you decide to focus on the most during this event, you will want candy for them too, so here is how you can maximize that candy. So you can always use peanut berries to increase your candy gains, and you can mega evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with a Pokemon you're catching to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. Now, as the event is themed around Urshifu, the wild encounters and featured raid Pokemon are fighting, dark, and water types, so I would recommend mega evolving a Pokemon that is one of those types. For the most coverage, Mega Gyarados will be the best because it is a dark and water type. This will cover Seal, Galarian Zigzagoon, Froakie, Dino, Nickit, Carvanha, Stunky, Marini, Lapras, Hisuian Samurott, and Bombardier. And luckily, Mega Gyarados will be in Mega Rage during this event, so a good time to raid for this. For the water types, you could alternatively Mega Evolve Blastoise, Slowbro, Swampert, and Kyogre. And for dark types, you could alternatively Mega Evolve Houndoom, Tyranitar, Sableye, or Absol. And you could also Mega Evolve a fighting type to get candy for Meditite and Mankey. For this, you could Mega Evolve Heracross, Blaziken, Medicham, Lopunny, Lucario, or Gallade. And remember to pick whichever of these Pokemon you have at the max Mega level to get more candy, XP, and chance for Candy XL. And it's worth noting you will also get a guaranteed XL candy per trade this season because of the seasonal bonus, so a great time to be trading and working on your Platinum Gentleman and Pilot medals. And if you're going to do any 5-star raids, I would recommend doing so during a raid hour because you will get guaranteed rare Candy XL for catching a 5-star raid boss during raid hour. This is due to another seasonal bonus. And if you didn't know, rare Candy XL can be turned into XL candy for any Pokemon of your choice, so it is a very important item to have. So well worth doing 5-star raids during raid hour this season, and this will help you progress your Platinum Rising Star and Battle Legend medals. And the raid hours during this event are the late trio on the 21st at 6 PM in their respective regions. You will also get more candy by increasing the amount of Pokemon you catch in a given time. So methods like quick catching, having catch assist from a great buddy, and utilizing Origin Palkia's spatial rend adventure effect to increase encounter radius can all help you get more catches. And some settings can speed up your gameplay and your catching. In the advanced settings, firstly you can turn on Remember Last Use Pokeball. This is especially helpful when you want to use Great or Ultra Balls instead of Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, because it means each time you encounter another Pokemon, you will bring out a Great or an Ultra Ball at the start of the encounter, so you won't have to start with a Pokeball every time and navigate the menu to change it. Also, selecting native refresh rate can get you smoother gameplay because the refresh rate won't be capped by the game, it'll be based on your phone. And every now and again, it is worth downloading assets to speed loading times. Now, candy is very useful, but to power up Pokemon alongside it, you do also need Stardust. And during this event, you will get a 4x Stardust bonus from Go Battle League win rewards, so this is a great time to do some battles in Go Battle League, even if you aren't much of a GBL player, because especially if you are a lower level, there will be less competition, so you will most likely get more wins. I also recommend checking out PvPoke for the best ranked Pokemon, best movesets, and for team recommendations to help you with this. Alongside the 4x Stardust bonus, you will be able to do 100 battles per day as well, which will help you to get more Stardust each day. And for those of you that don't want to play Go Battle League, there is another good opportunity to get a lot of Stardust, and that is through Machop Community Day Classic that will take place during the Final Strike event on May 24th between 2 PM and 5 PM. During this time, you will have a 3x catch Stardust bonus, which will be 4.5x catch Stardust with a star piece active, so you will get 450 Stardust per catch. With quick catching, this will be a great opportunity to get Stardust, so well worth playing. And this will also be a great time to get Machop Candy ready for Gmax Machamp Battle Day on the 25th between 2 PM and 5 PM local time, because you will need a lot of candy to power up and to power up the max moves of Gmax Machamp. And remember, max battles will be remotable from the 19th, and Gmax Machamp will be the best fighting type attacker for max battles. You can also get 25,000 Stardust per Gmax battle, so that's another good source of Stardust, especially as they are now remote raidable. And if you can't make these events, there is another opportunity for 2x catch Stardust on the 27th at 6 PM for Golet Spotlight Hour. And you can also make quite a bit of XP during the Final Strike event, and that is because of the 2x XP from winning raid battles, and the fact that you'll get an extra raid pass per day of the event if you complete the timed research. So you can actually get a lot of XP from completing raids with a lucky egg active during this event, especially during raid hour. And if you want to use this XP to level up to level 50, you will need 35 platinum medals to get to level 49. And here are some medals that are most worth focusing on during this event in particular. So like I mentioned before, the raiding medals will be good targets because of the XP gains and Urshifu evolution requirement. It's also a good chance to work on your Go Battle League medals as well with the GBL bonuses. And with Pokestop showcases being available, it's worth entering them to attempt to work on your Platinum Showcases Star medal, which is the only way to get an encounter with PhD Pikachu. And if you want to know what else is going on in May in Pokemon Go, then I recommend checking out this video on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.